In the vibrant Cairo kingdom, a skilled blacksmith's reputation soared amidst the throes of war due to his masterfully crafted ironware. Renowned for its exceptional power and quality, his creations elevated him to a position of prominence. Following the cessation of hostilities, he was bestowed the esteemed title of Baron. This noteworthy individual was none other than Roman Dimitri's father, an integral character in our tale. Yet, in the annals of the Dimitri family, he was also fondly known as their enigmatic oddball. However, a shift in his demeanor emerged one day, prompting the observant butler to speculate about the possibility of substance use altering his comportment. Nevertheless, given the prevalence of such indulgences among the nobility, the butler chose not to delve further. Curiously, Roman expressed a desire to converse with the kingdom's eldest inhabitant, revealing an astonishing eloquence that seemed to draw from a wealth of experiences. The butler, constrained by his role, ventured to inform the master of the Dimitri household about this matter. In the present time frame, Roman was deeply engrossed in gathering information about the kingdom's burgeoning predicaments. Expressing his appreciation for the assistance of an elderly informant, he extended an offer of reward, only to be met with a gracious refusal, the informant finding value in the exchange itself. As Roman conversed with the elderly informant, his thoughts drifted to a previous existence as Baek Jung-hyuk, a fierce Murim practitioner whose life journey was marked by intensity and eventual acceptance of his own mortality. Yet, the enigma of his rebirth into the persona of Roman, Dimitri's apparent simpleton, lingered, leaving him pondering whether this was a divine blessing or retribution. During this reflective reverie, the tranquility was disrupted by a commotion outside, an alarming scenario wherein a group of thugs were mercilessly attacking a young boy. The butler, recognizing a distinct marking on one thug's arm, was gripped by fear. Inquisitive, Roman sought explanation from the butler, unveiling the identity of the assailants as the infamous blood thugs, known for their illicit lending practices with exorbitant interest rates. The butler lamented the boy's grim fate due to his inability to repay a debt. Despite the butler's recommendation of non-interference, Roman chose to confront the thugs, a decision met with ridicule. Seeking clarity on the legal standing, Roman tasked the butler with elucidating the transgressions and suitable consequences. Taken aback, the butler outlined the boy's financial delinquency, condemning the thug's excessive cruelty and insolence toward the esteemed Dimitri name. Roman resolved that such actions warranted the harshest of penalties, expressing his determination after absorbing the butler's account. With unwavering resolve, Roman confronted the gang, intending to hold them accountable. Despite their initial bravado, he admonished their lack of respect for the land's owner. Swiftly, Roman engaged in combat, wielding a simple stick to overpower the gang members. Following the defeat of their leader, fear seized the remaining thugs, a testament to Roman's undeniable strength. The butler observed in awe as young Master Roman effortlessly subdued the assailants, treating them like insignificant insects with his precise movements. Amidst the skirmish, memories resurfaced, images of drugs scattered on the ground, and a will that spoke of Roman's aspiration to represent his family in war, ultimately succumbing to fear and self-destruction. Returning to the present, Roman enacted his own form of retribution, a concept that resonated deeply with him. The thugs, aware of their own transgressions, labeled him a monster, a moniker he had encountered before. In an act of authority, he confronted a fleeing individual, delivering a punishment that resonated with his past experiences. Addressing the onlookers, he dared dissenters to step forward. Chapter 2 opens with a glimpse into Roman's past life as Baek Jung-hyuk, a formidable Murim figure known for his strength and conquests. His unmatched prowess resulted in the defeat of countless martial artists, creating a river of blood from these clashes. However, returning to the present, Roman finds himself perturbed by the need to repeatedly confront weak thugs. He summons his butler, Hans, instructing him to alert the guards and report the incident. Hans, a mix of surprise and fear, stammers as he fulfills Roman's order. Roman becomes aware of his body's frailty and lack of vital energy. As Roman inspects his weakened form, a voice interrupts. Kevin, the young boy brutalized by the blood thugs. Kevin expresses gratitude, but Roman dismisses any heroic notions, clarifying that his actions were based on enforcing the law rather than a noble act of rescue. He insists Kevin explain himself, revealing that the boy's parents borrowed money to buy farmland, but the blood thugs destroyed their crops, rendering them unable to repay the debt. Further revelations unfold. They are after Kevin's sister, prompting his impassioned plea for help. While scrutinizing Kevin's eyes, Roman detects a resemblance to a subordinate from his past life. He inquires about Kevin's name and background, then departs, promising to verify the truth. In the ensuing days, a carriage approaches the Dmitri estate, a visitor named Flora, the Lady of Lawrence. Flora's demeanor betrays her apparent displeasure as she meets with Roman, hinting at an impending event of significance. A month prior, Flora learned she was to marry Roman, deemed the fool of Dmitri. Angered by this arrangement, she confronted her father, who cited their land's precarious state and the marriage's potential to alleviate their troubles. Flora struggled to accept the situation, especially given the weight of the Dmitri name. Despite her protests, her father remained resolute, and the decision stood. Returning to the present, Flora arrives at the Dmitri estate, harboring a wish to be wed to Roman's second son, not Roman himself. However, her hopes are dashed as Roman indicates his intent to marry her. Flora launches into a barrage of insults aimed at Roman, determined to express her reluctance for the union. To her surprise, Roman remains unperturbed by her objections, declaring his willingness to cancel the marriage. Roman expresses that the moron of Dmitri should not marry someone of Flora's caliber. He advocates for the annulment of the marriage, seemingly at ease with the decision. Flora, taken aback by the swift resolution, contemplates Roman's stance. Roman leaves to inform his father of the decision, leaving Flora in astonishment. In a subsequent conversation, Flora confronts Roman about her understanding that the marriage was instigated by his desire. Roman inquires about her willingness to marry him, a query that flusters Flora. Unable to respond, Flora watches as Roman decides to end the engagement, taking full responsibility. He emphasizes that his reputation as the moron of Dmitri is of little consequence to him. Flora is bewildered by the unfolding events, grappling with her perception of Roman. After consulting with Roman's father, Flora's prospective father-in-law, Roman's choice infuriates him. He expresses disappointment and throws a bottle at Roman in a fit of anger. He asserts that Roman's simple apology will not suffice and mandates that Roman depart for the battlefield for 6 months. Roman's acceptance catches his father off guard, who expected Roman to seek forgiveness. Roman leaves silently, leaving his father astounded. Outside, Flora questions Roman about the blood thugs and the potential consequences of opposing them. She warns him that they won't be deterred by noble status and will seek retaliation. Flora questions Roman's strategy. Roman, unfazed, responds with a rhetorical question. Why should I do that? He asserts that Flora doesn't truly understand her position, leaving her perplexed.